I'm Alexa Schwerha with Campus Reform, and you're watching 5 Big Questions. Today I am so excited to sit down with one of our very own campus correspondents, Courtney McLain, to talk more about her experience writing for Campus Reform. She is a sophomore studying journalism and political science at the University of Central Florida, and she joins me now to tell us how she got into journalism and what she wants to do with it after college. Courtney, thank you so much for joining me today.
Thank you for having me, Alexa.
Of course. I'm so excited to talk about this because, like we were saying before, every correspondent's journey and how they get into the program is so unique and so different. So I'm curious to ask, what sparked your interest in journalism?
So actually, got really interested. I was a 6th grader, and my dad was watching Fox News one day, and he was watching 5, and I was like, "Oh, like what are you watching?" And he was just like a news show, and I started watching it with him and I loved it, and I was like, I want to be those people. So I just started trying to meet them and trying to learn everything that I could about like journalism, reading books, watching as many shows as I could. And I still love journalism today. And now I get to study journalism and I get to work for Campus Reform, and it is just such a dream come true.
That's so incredible and such a fun personal story too. So you mentioned that you do study journalism at UCF, but you also get to put what you learn in the classroom into practice by writing for the Leadership Institute's Campus Reform. Can you talk a little bit more about how what you learn in the classroom helps you in your on-the-job, in-the-field experience?
Yes, so I'm just kind of getting into journalism at UCF. But to be honest, I feel like I already know so much from Campus Reform just because I've already gone out and done stories. I've already interviewed people. I've already done like on-camera work, which is really, really exciting. So I feel like I'm a little bit ahead of the game. But also I am getting a lot of excess help from being in the classroom every single day. And I just feel like it's going to help me turn out to be a wonderful journalist one day. And it's just the most incredible journey.
And you know, when we're talking about the media, there is this stereotype out there that it is overtly liberal. And you know, yourself being a young conservative kind of challenges that narrative. What impact do you think young conservatives can have by taking on roles in the media?
Oh, I think that we can have a tremendous impact. I mean, any young conservative that thinks that they might want to go into media or journalism, they absolutely should join Campus Reform. This really, really gave me that outlet and that opportunity to get started with just kind of fighting back against the liberal media, because I mean, they just take over absolutely everything. You see it every single day. And I love just having the opportunity to fight back and really, really share like the right way that journalism should be done.
Right. And you mentioned that, you know, you're still new to the industry. What is one thing that you know might be the biggest challenge for someone who's just getting their foot in the door?
Definitely, I would say you have to take chances. And especially like as a conservative, you can't be afraid. I mean, there's a lot of opportunities that you're sometimes not going to get them as easily as other people because people are going to know that you're a conservative. You might have to work 3 times harder for something than the next person, but when you get it, it's going to be completely worth it. And you're just going to know that you're doing it for all of the right reasons. And it makes it that much more incredible that you get these opportunities because you work so hard for them, and you don't have to kind of like compromise your viewpoints. You get to still be a conservative and be yourself.
And that leads me into my last question. What advice would you have for any young conservative who's looking to get their start in working in conservative media?
Do as much as you possibly can. Like I said, like joining Campus Reform was really, really big for me. But making those connections and getting out there and doing the things that you're scared to do, like maybe interviewing college students, that can be scary the first couple of times that you do it. But once you get out there and you're having a great time and you realize that I can absolutely do this and you have confidence in yourself, it gets a lot easier. And just doing as many stories as you can just makes it so much easier for the future and makes you just want to continue doing it. So I would absolutely tell everyone to get involved with Campus Reform. It is the best thing that you can do for your career.
Great advice. Well, Courtney, we're so happy to have you in the program, and thank you so much for coming on today and talking about your experience.
Thank you for having me.